we will see about context API in React hooks. So if you see in React, right, if you have many levels of components, maybe you have one component and within that there is another component and within that you have another components. If you want to pass the data from one component to the third component, you have A, B, C. If I want to pass the value from A to C, you have to put props everywhere. So this is called as props drilling. Okay, this was a big issue actually. If you have 4 levels of components, if I want to send the data from first level to the 4th level, you have to put props everywhere and send the data. So this was called as props drilling. To avoid this only, this context API context was created in React hooks. So using context, you can make sure that once you create the context and provide the context, you create a provider and you put the component, maybe a component within the user provider. This data, whatever you have it in user context, can be easily be accessible in componency. Maybe you have 4 levels of component. The parent component, you put it inside user provider. This context can be easily without any no need to put props anywhere. So this data can be easily accessed by the last level of components, the 4th level or C component, without doing anything. You just need to put it inside user provider, and the 4th level can easily consume that context by using use context. So let us see, understand this with the example. So in case of context, there are 4 steps what I have done. First, we have to create the context. Okay, let us create a context first. Let me go here. So it is always preferable to do it by creating a folder. Okay, maybe I will call it user context. Maybe have it context folder or something. It will be simple. This is not a folder. Maybe I'm not sure I created a folder. Okay, so let me have it as context folder. Inside this, you create a context. Okay, maybe name it user context. Okay, .js. We have to create a context. For creating a context, you have to use create context hook from React. Okay, just do like this. Create context. Maybe put it inside user context. No. You have to say the context what value it should have. Maybe I can say that it should have maybe a username and set username. Set username. Maybe this set username. This is for setting the content, setting the username. Okay. Set username. Okay, this can be a function. Okay. Now we can export this user context. Export this can be a default also. Now we have created a user context. Now go into the next step. Somebody has to provide the logic for this context, right? Somebody has to write the logic. How? Because this is just a function. You have to write the logic for how to set the username. So somebody has to provide the context. So now let's proceed with write in the provider. Okay, maybe I will simply write it user provider. Okay, okay, now this should return me a user provider. The provider can be written for this context like this dot provider. Okay, and this provider should provide a value for this context what I created. Okay, for providing for writing the logic how to set the username and password username, we have only a single username. Let me create a use state here. Use state. Okay, maybe I will set it with some ABC value. Okay, that maybe let it be initial value and let it return the user value and set user value. Now what I'm going to do, for this username I'm going to say, for the username, this username, it should be the same. For this username I'm providing the logic, right? For username I'm saying you use the user value of this state. User value of this state. And for set username, you provide the, for set username you provide this set user value. Use this set user value which is returned from use state for setting the username. Okay, now I have provided the logic, and here we have to write something like, because the user provider we will be putting inside, maybe you put a props here, props.children we will write, because the user inside user provider we will write the all the components where we want the context to be consumed. Okay, dot children. Okay, now export this as well. Export, we can just write it here. Now I have created the context, and I also have created a provider for that context which will be providing the logic. Okay, for the how to set the username and from where the username will be taken. So it will be taken from the state created in this user provider. Use state created in this user provider. Okay, so we have done with these first two steps. Now you can put the provider inside this. Okay, you can put the provider. Actually I have done that, but just for showing you, redo it. So you have to import the provider. This is my index.js. I'm saying you have to, since it is not a default import, you have to do it like this. And from user context. Allow it. Okay, and you have to put the app1. I'm saying all the components inside app1 should be able to use this context. The app1 is my this is only component which is the main component which I have. So I am putting it app1 inside this user provider, which I've imported from the context, user context, where we created that. Okay, just put app1 here. Okay, so let me do that now. User provider in root. Now for explaining this project, right, what I have done is, maybe if you go to the browser, one more thing we missed, because this is a functional, user provider is a functional component, so you have to do import React from React. Okay, now if you see this, something should come. Yes, I have just created one simple thing. So to show you how the prop drilling happens, okay, so this app1 has a user dashboard functional component. Okay, user dashboard, it actually renders this user dashboard component. To this user dashboard, I have created a use state. Okay, I have created a use state which I am using in the input element. Whenever the input element changes, this user state is passed to the user dashboard functional component. So in my project, I have two functional components, user dashboard and user dashboard 1, and app1 is also a functional component. So from the app1, I am passing the this whatever this user state user state value which I have created using use state, which I have been using in the input element. Okay, that state I am passing to this user dashboard. Okay, and this from the user dashboard again through props I am passing the data to user dashboard 1, and the user dashboard 1 displays uh, this user state which I have created through use state. Okay, so you can see the props. So from to the user dashboard, first I'm sending the user state as props, and the user dashboard again sends this data as props to user dashboard 1, and the user dashboard 1 displays this username. Okay, hope you understand. So using context, we are just trying to avoid this props drilling, which is happening from app1. From app1 we are passing the user state to user dashboard, and from user dashboard again we are passing the user state data to user dashboard 1. Now let's see how we can avoid it using context. Okay, so we have done all these 3 steps. Now we have to consume the context. For consuming the context, what we have to do is we have to use use context. Okay, the use context can be we can use context. Okay, and in use context we have to, as a parameter, we have to say user context what we created. Okay, that has to be imported, and the use context also we imported. Now this will return 2 values. It will return whatever we specified there in our we specified in that context. We have specified username and set username, right? Username and set username, right? These two values it will return whenever you use context user context. Okay, it will return username and set username. That one we can try to, it will return that. So the name should be same, username and set username. So this will return both. Now using set username, we can set the context. Set username. We don't need a state anymore. We can actually comment the state. And using the context with the, we can set the username now. Set username. You pass the username here. We can use. And in set username, we can pass event.target.value. The event which gets passed from onChange. Okay. Now I've used the context, username, the state returned from the context, username, and set username for setting the context, and username I am getting it from the context. Now this is all not needed because we can, within the user provider, we can easily retrieve the props, easily retrieve the context. No need to send it through props. We can remove all this. Okay, this also we can remove it now. Okay. Now using this, I have set the value in the context. At first it was hello. Okay, it's by default I think we have set ABC. Now we have set it to whatever the user types. We have set the context. We have changed the context here. Now we can consume the context. Similarly, we can use context here also. Here, no need of changes here. Okay, this is the intermediate component. Just in the component where we need the context, we can just use this. Okay, we are not going to set username here. We are just going to retrieve the username which is set in the context. Okay. So we can set this context. This also need to be imported. User context. And no need of props and all here. Just you can retrieve the username here. And retrieve the username here. Okay. Now let's see. Now we have removed all the props, and we have what we have done is here we have set the context. We have retrieved the context and set that username in the context. Okay. Consume the context and set the username in the context. Now from user dashboard 1 we are retrieving the context what we set in app 1. Without we have removed all the props, we are directly doing that. Now let's see whether it is working. So in user dashboard 1 it is saying 9th line username is not present. So sorry, it should be this one. Some spelling mistake, typo error. Now let's see whether it works. Now it is working, right? By default, what is there in the context we see. So we are able to see that in our user dashboard 1. If we change anything here, you can see that it is changing automatically without need for props. Okay. right? Hope you understand. Whatever we set it in the context, we retrieve from that context and set it, is accessible in user dashboard 1 without sending the data as props from app 1 to user dashboard and from user dashboard to user dashboard 1 as props. Understand, right? So else what you would have done, you have to send the data, this username data to user dashboard, and here again we have to send it that username as props from user dashboard 1, from user dashboard to user dashboard 1 as props, and from this props we would have retrieved the username. This would happen. Now it got simple with use context. Okay. So basically context API is used to prevent this props drilling issue what we faced in React. Thank you guys. Hope you understood. Thank you.